Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And to kick this off, I'd like to just explain a little bit. I've been gone for a couple of days. Number one, pushing to get this job done in my regular life, spending a lot of hours at work. And I've been having problems with my videos, technical problems with the audio and stuff, so hence the new equipment. I think I've got it figured out now. I'm going to take a little bit of getting used to the new stuff, but hopefully it'll work out better. It was time for an upgrade anyway. I've been doing this for about a year now, so it's time to upgrade my equipment a little bit. But today I'm going to talk about Trump and what he's done his first 2 weeks in office. And first thing I'll talk about is this stuff with the tariffs and on Mexico and Canada, right? So he wanted them to start patrolling their borders and securing their borders more, and so he threatened them with tariffs if they didn't do it. And of course, both of them caved. They buckled and said, "Okay, we'll take care of it. We'll start putting security on the border and stop the fentanyl and stuff." And at first blush, that's a good thing. I'm not knocking him. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing or anything. But as I've said before, these things that he's doing, these are band-aids, right? As soon as he's out of office, they're going to withdraw all that crap and it's just going to go back to normal. Nothing's changed. They're going to patrol the border for 4 years or 3. By the time they get it all done, everything enacted, he's going to have about 3 years where they're going to tighten up on their borders and hopefully slow or halt the flow of fentanyl across our boundary lines there. But it's not a permanent fix. It's a band-aid. Number one, that's the number one problem I have. It's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the guy, but it is just a band-aid. It's a temporary measure. We need Congress to take steps to make these kind of things permanent, to secure our border permanently, in my opinion, right? We need a military force. He made the Space Force. Why not make a defensive force, right? To patrol our borders, just to take care of Americans. The other thing I have to say about this whole tariff thing, and for those of you who don't know, that's how the American government used to operate. They used to tariff foreign nations, foreign companies, tax them for the privilege of selling their goods to the American people. And that's the main way that the government used to get their money, until they stopped that and started taxing the American people. Okay? And that's the problem I have with that. Now, Trump's threatening to tariff and all this stuff, that should be the main income of the government, is to tariff all these countries. They're sending all this crap over here that we buy, and we have to pay our taxes on it. And now if you took away the income tax, but then they had to raise the prices of their taxes for tariffs, you know what I mean? At least then it's an option. If let's say China sends a dooley-wig over here and it costs $10, but they did away with the income tax and put a tariff on the dooley-wig. Now the dooley-wig is $15, but you have a choice whether you're going to buy the dooley-wig or not, right? We don't have a choice with income tax. They take it directly away from us. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. So these temporary half measures, they're better than nothing. I mean, it's better than nothing. But in my opinion, we should not paying income tax. China should be paying for the privilege of selling their goods on American soil. So should every other country in the world. All these other countries, they tariff the shit out of us, right? But we don't tariff anybody. We don't tax anybody. We just tax our own people. The government taxes us. They don't tax foreign companies, which is utterly ridiculous in my opinion. I don't get it. But it is what it is. But I just see these kind of movements that Trump is making as band-aids. They're not permanent decisions, permanent cures. And it's going to take an act of Congress. He's got to get Congress in gear and start doing some real stuff for the long term. And that's going to happen. We're going to help that, hopefully, in the midterm elections. Get rid of some more of these liberals and get some more common sense conservative people in there to vote for the American people. All right. The next one is that Trump signed an executive order to ban the creation of a central bank digital currency. So I haven't had time to do a lot of research on this, but I remember the last time when Biden got in there, he just undid everything that Trump did with a pen, just undid it all. So with the pipelines and the energy production and all this stuff, Biden just undid everything. And within a week, he had just undone, maybe the first day, he had undone everything that Trump had done. So I don't know how long this executive order will last. I think it's going to take an act of Congress. Yeah, it's a good step for Trump. They can't make a digital, central bank digital currency. That would just be horrible for the American people. I mean, that's just 1984 all the way. There's just no turning back after that. We got to keep our physical currency, point blank. But again, it's a good thing, but it's a band-aid. I mean, it can be undone in 4 years, and it probably will be unless we get somebody else in there that will be like Trump, and hopefully somebody Trump supports and will let Trump advise them on things, let Trump be part of the process, unless some way or somehow we can get Trump in for a third term. But he's so damn old now, I don't know if he's even going to want to do it a third time, and if he's going to be by the end of his third term, if he's going to be able to. But he hasn't lost a step in the mind, in his coherence and stuff. So he's probably going to be able to physically do it, but I don't know if he will be willing to at that age. We'll see. And another thing I saw him do, he gave a pardon to the pro-life protester. I forget the guy's name now. It was a dude protesting at an abortion clinic, pro-lifer, probably praying or whatnot, and they gave the dude 2 life sentences. This is not a joke. They gave the dude 2 life sentences for protesting. He didn't hurt anybody, didn't stab anybody, didn't do anything. Protesting at a pro-life. I'm sure he yelled or whatever, or I'm not sure exactly the details of it, but that's the kind of stuff that happens now. And again, it's another band-aid. Yeah, it's great that the guy got pardoned. I'm glad to hear that. But what needs to be done is the people that convicted him and jailed him, and the judge that sentenced him and all this stuff, all those people need to go to prison. They broke so many laws of, they violated so many of his constitutional rights, and they should go to prison for that. I mean, violating the Constitution is treason. It's treasonous behavior. And that's another thing nowadays, treason and traitor and all this stuff, that shit gets thrown around so much that it's lost all its meaning. Now we've got Edward Snowden over there living in Russia for daring to tell the people what the government, all the treasonous shit the government was doing. Now, if somebody whistleblows on a traitor, they're in trouble. So it's just completely inverted from what it should be, and it's mind blowing. But these people that are doing this stuff, sending protesters, peaceful protesters to prison, and they need to go to prison. Examples need to be made. Deterrents need to be in place with all of this stuff, from education to immigration to, this lawfare stuff. All examples need to be made, and deterrents need to be put in place to just bring a screeching halt to this stuff. And you can't even say that Congress needs to go ahead and make some moves here, because it's already in the Constitution. They broke the law by putting this guy in jail. They broke the law, violated the law of the land, the Constitution of the United States, and they're walking around free as birds, breaking the highest law of the land. So they just need to start enacting and punishing these people that break these laws, the Constitution. In my opinion, we need to start punishing these people. And the last thing I'll talk about, and the other thing that I heard that he's doing, is he's selling arms to Israel, like $1 billion worth of weaponry and stuff to Israel. And a lot of people are up in arms about that. They're all this, but that to me is okay. I don't have a problem with that, not at all. Sell arms to Israel, whoever you want, right? As long as we're not sending our sons and daughters over there to die for their war. Hell, give us more jobs making bombs so they can blow each other up. I don't care. What the hell? Let's send them some tanks and stuff. Just don't send them some long-range stuff that'll reach across the ocean to get to us. You know what I'm saying? But to let them fight each other, hell, sell them to both sides. What the hell? I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me. Doesn't make a difference to the average American person. Maybe in our heads, oh, I'm for this one or against that one, or I don't give a shit about either one of them, whatever. But it doesn't make a difference in our day-to-day lives, right? It does make a difference when they're sending us over there to die in these wars. That does make a difference. It makes a difference to the soldiers. It makes a difference to the families of the soldiers. It makes a difference. But to just send billions upon billions of dollars of our taxpayer money over there to fund these wars, yes, that makes a difference. But to make a profit for our country, to sell them armament, I don't see a problem with that. Instead of us getting involved and spending trillions, we're making $1 billion. What the hell? How can you freak out over one and be okay with the other? It's okay for us to go over there and bleed and spend our money in the sand, but heaven forbid we send some iron over there and get something in return. It doesn't make any sense. It's just, to me, I can't make it make sense in my head. It just seems like a good thing. Send them, sell them stuff. Yeah, we're an arms broker, basically. I mean, we make the best weapons on the planet. Let's sell them. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make some money. Lower our taxes. The government can do that, and tariffs, sell the rest of the world guns and tariff them when they want to sell stuff, over here, and they wouldn't need to tax us. They'd have plenty of money. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it, right? I'm not pro-Israel. I'm not pro-Hamas. That's their shit over there. I just don't care. Like I've said before, if we got in a fight with Canada, you're not going to see Israelis over there burning Israeli flags talking about, pro-Canada, I stand with America, or I stand with Canada. They're not going to give a shit. They're going to just watch us kill each other on their TV and go back to work. They don't care. America must be the only nation on the planet that cares so much about these foreign wars. They've got us civilians, us normal working people, caring so much about these foreign wars over there that we have nothing to do with. Absolutely nothing. And shouldn't have anything to do with. But that's just my opinion, maybe. I don't know. I don't give a shit what they do over there. They can kiss and make up, or they can fight it out to the bitter end. Makes no difference to me. It doesn't. I don't care. And I know they wouldn't care if what we do over here. So, to each their own. Let them have at it. If we can make a few bucks off of it instead of spending trillions and spending our lives in that shithole, then hell, I think it's a good thing. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll leave that link down in the description. Or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. Or you can head over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you're interested in Gen X gear, you can hop over to Redbubble and check out what we have over there. Pretty cool stuff. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of cool stuff over there. But I'll leave that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments. Or you can head over to the channel page and email us from there. You gotta look down in the description of the channel. It's down in there. The email's buried down in there. But for those of you who don't want to do that, it's genxthinks@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.